Copy and paste Scrum. It's what many of us have done at some point, and I'm not here to judge, although I wouldn't choose to do that again. What I am here to do is tell you a short story about what copy and paste Scrum really means and why we'd call it fake Scrum. Now, let's say we've got 8 teams, and these 8 teams have been given a product to build. This product, for some reason, unbeknownst to us, but let's not dwell on that, is some weird box made of multicoloured lines. Now, each of our teams are incredibly specialised in different types of lines. Some thin, some thick, some dashed, some solid. But these are solid, competent teams who are deeply specialised in a technical domain and, to date, have always done their work in this way. Now, someone's read a book, maybe about doing something in half the time and maybe getting twice as much. So they say, let's go for Scrum. So we'll put a Scrum Master with each of these teams. And these Scrum Masters are going to be there inspecting and reporting and coordinating and synchronizing, maybe even doing a Scrum of Scrums at some point. But they're going to make sure that this team get their work done. Now, because we're using Scrum, let's give each of these teams a product owner as well, with their own very specific product backlog, specialising on the technical elements of the work they have to do. Now already, this Scrum thing doesn't seem to be saving us any money. And I know that maybe wasn't the case, but if we're going to get twice the work done in half the time, I'm not sure if I was willing to go for that, knowing it's going to cost 5 times more. But let's carry on because we've heard Scrum's great. So the boss is sitting over the top of us, making sure that our shareholders, our investors, whomever it may be, is happy. And because Scrum never told us not to have a project management office and didn't really say explicitly or repetitively not to have projects, surely we need a project management office because someone's going to have to be there to bring all these disparate teams together and make sure that we're on schedule, make sure that we're going to hit the deadlines that we promised. Now, these teams, as specialised and as brilliant as they are, don't do any of the testing. No, the testing is dealt with separately by actually a separate organisation. And these testing teams don't ever really have anything to do with these lovely specialist technical teams we have here. They're in this unfortunate situation where they get given the output from these teams at timelines that maybe they don't agree with or maybe have no influence on. But it's okay because that test organisation is also going to use Scrum. Oh, that was close. They're going to get their own Scrum Masters and their own product owners to make sure that their product is sound. Now, because everything's so specialised in the technical domain and each team is doing their own thing, and what will happen is these teams will be duplicating some of the functions, some of the things that they're looking to do for each of these lines. We need to make sure we have some kind of enterprise architecture and design function to make sure that these teams don't go off in just random directions. We want to keep the design pure. So we've got a hordes of people who sit in their little tower, maybe made of ivory, coming up with perfect enterprise architectures that are only sullied and go wrong when those damn teams get hold of them. Now, of course, we're just one part of actually a much larger organisation, so we're going to have lots of other dependent teams. And because Scrum just seems to be focused on this technical team level, we're going to have every other part of the organisation still acting as they always were. We have marketing, which is just going to be wondering, what do we market? When can we market it? Are the promises that we're making to the market actually going to be delivered upon? We've got HR who are looking to shepherd our annual performance review process. We've got finance who are giving us money on a 12 monthly basis and working with the project management office to make sure that we're sticking to budget. And release and deploy who get all the work after it's been tested, and it's their job to get this stuff out to the customers. Now, if you hadn't guessed, this isn't how Scrum should be done. This is fake Scrum. This is copy and paste Scrum. If you want to learn more about how Scrum should be done, then check out the Sheev YouTube channel. We have some brilliant videos on there. Check out the Less Matters podcast at www.lessmatters.co.uk or Spotify and iTunes to learn more about how Scrum should be done right.